Good morning, Year 1. I hope you're ready for our maths lesson today. Now, in our last lesson, we looked at quarters, and in today's lesson, we're going to need our knowledge of halves and quarters to help us today. Now, for our lesson today, you might need a piece of paper and a pencil. We're going to do a few examples where you might need to draw a shape and colour in half or quarter, and then you've got your task sheet in which you are going to complete. So put me on pause, get yourself a piece of paper and a pencil. You can get a coloured pencil too if you want. Put me on pause now. Great, you found those things. Let's see if we can find half and quarters of shapes. Let's try our do now and see if we can recap on our knowledge. So I want you to be able to quarter these shapes. Now, I don't need you to draw them this time. All I want you to do is, with your finger, imagine you're drawing the line on the shapes and seeing if you can find quarter. Remember, quarter means they have to be in 4 equal parts. Okay, putting me on pause and seeing if you can quarter these shapes, just using your finger. You don't need to write it down. Okay, putting me on pause now. Great, you found quarter. Well, let's have a look. How did you quarter the rectangle? Well done, you put one straight down the middle and then you did one all the way across. Fantastic. Now you might have quartered it a different way. Perhaps you quartered it by putting one down the middle, and what could you have also done? Well done, a line either side, because this is quarter as well. Fantastic. What about the diamond? How did you quarter the diamond? Okay, you put one straight down the middle. Well done. And what else did you do? You put one across. Fantastic. Is that quarter? Absolutely. Well done. Now, if you wanted to do it a different way, you might have, hold on, let me get rid of that. You might have put a line down like this and then one across like this, making a bit of an X on it. Did you find that way too? Well done. Okay, what about our circle? How did we quarter our circle? You put one straight down the middle. Well done. Where else would it go? Why are we putting one straight down the middle? Because we find half first. Well done. Where did you put the other one? Straight across. Well done. That should have quartered it. Is there another way to do it? Okay, what is the other way? You make a kind of cross on it. Okay, just like this. There you go. Oh, making sure you're finding half first. Okay, fine. So I need to put one across like that. Very good. And the other one. Fantastic. So you should have been able to find quarter. Well done, everyone. So today, like I said, we're going to be finding half and quarter of the same shape. So we're going to be able to find half of the shape and quarter and being able to recognize which is which. Okay. So remembering that half is in 2 equal parts and quarter is in 4 equal parts. So I'm going to have a go. I'm going to see if I can find half of the circle, and I'm going to see if I can find quarter of a circle. So here, I want this shape to be half, and I want this shape to be quarter. So I've written that there to remind me. Now half has to be in 2 equal halves. Okay, so I'm going to find half. So I'm going to move it along. Is that about half? I'd say so. I'm going to do half like that. Perfect. And I'm going to colour it in. Have I found half? Well, let's check. I've got 1, 2. Are the parts equal? Yes, I found half of the shape. Now, if I want to find quarter, I can use the same line that I used to put here. So I'm going to put my half line in. So I've made half, but I'm trying to find quarter, which means my shape needs to be in 4 equal parts. Okay, so I'm going to, would I put it here? No, that wouldn't make it equal. What about that? No, well, because it's curved, that wouldn't be a good idea. Okay, what about down this way? Oh, hold on. There we go. That looks like quarter. They look like equal parts. Have I found quarter? Well, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. I did find quarter. Now I can shade in quarter, just like so. Fantastic. Well, is there another way to do this? Well, let's have a look. We found it one way. Can we find it a different way? Well, if I was trying to find half of the circle the different way, I might move my pen along like this. So I might move it and I'm going to stop there. Is that half? I'd say so because it's got two equal parts. I've got one and I've got two. I've got one, two equal parts. Okay. So I'm going to shade in half this time. There we go. Now, to find quarter using the same line, I'm going to put it in exactly the same. Now we know this is half because we've got our two parts, but we want to make it quarter. So let's see if I put my line like that. Would that be the same? No, well done, it wouldn't, because look, that bit there would be absolutely tiny. They need to be equal parts. Okay, that's not going to make it equal. Let's try this way. Oh, there we go. We found it. Do they look equal? Yes, they do. Let's check how many parts we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have we found quarter? We absolutely have, and we can colour in 1/4, just like so. Fantastic. So when we're finding half and quarter of a shape, we can find it in different ways. The best way is to find half first and then find quarter. So if I'm halving one shape, I can half it across, or I could half it down vertically. Okay, now finding quarter, just like we did, we can do our cross across, or like the first example we did, we can go down and across. See, do you see that? Perfect. Okay, so we've managed to find half and quarter of a circle. So can we do the same for a square? I wonder, what do we think? You think we can? Okay, first we're going to try and find half. Okay, let's see if we can find half of a square. That's what I want to do first. I want to find half. Okay, so I'm going to find half for this one, and I'm going to find quarter for this square here. First thing I'm going to do is find half. So how do I want to half it this time? I know. What about like that? Does that look equal? I'd say it's equal. I'm going to go 1, 2. How many parts do I have? 1, 2. Is that half? It absolutely is. Well done. I'm going to colour in my half. So we know that we've found half of the square. Fantastic. So if I want to quarter, what do I need to do? I need to use the same line. So I'm going to put my line in because we already know that this is half. So how am I going to find quarter? Well, I need to use my pen and estimate where I think the quarter might be. Right, so I'm going to try going down like this. What about that? Doesn't put it in equal parts. Can you see that? Yeah, that wouldn't be equal. Remember, it has to be in 4 equal parts because I've got 2 small triangles there and 2 very odd shapes. I don't think it should go that way. What about this way? Yeah, the same thing happens. Okay. What about this way? Very good. Fantastic. We found quarter just like so. And how many parts should it have? 4. Well done. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should have 4 equal parts, and we can colour in one of our quarters just like so. Fantastic. Great work, everyone. Okay, so this time I'm going to need some help. We're going to find half, and we're going to find quarter a different way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find half. And what I'm going to ask you to do is see if you can find where the quarter is going to be. Now, you're not going to draw. What you're going to do is you're going to tell me what to do. Okay, so I'm going to find half first. I think I'm going to measure, and I think half goes directly here. I think half goes here because when I look, I've got 1, 2 equal parts. So I'm going to colour in my half. Now, here's where I'm going to need your help. You're going to tell me what to do to find quarter. We've already found half of the square, so how am I going to find quarter of the square? What do I need to do first? I need to find half again. Okay. Exactly the same half. Okay, so I'm going to copy this line. Perfect. We found half. Now what do I need to do? I need to quarter it. How many parts am I putting it into when I quarter? 4 parts. Well done. So currently we have 2. Where should I put my pen? Across like this? Does that look equal? No, it doesn't look equal. Very good, because it's got all these different parts that don't look the same. So we're looking for equal. What about if I move it this way? Stop. Well done. Why am I stopping? Because it looks like 4 equal parts. Okay, I'm going to draw my line in. Let's check. Does that look like quarter? Well done. Why does that look like quarter? Because we've got our 4 equal parts. Well done. Let's find them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have we found quarter? Well done. What do I do now? I colour in one of the quarters. Fantastic. So I'm going to colour in this bit right here. Great. Did we quarter the square? We absolutely did. Let's have a look. So remember, when we're finding half, we put it into 2 equal halves. You could have done it across like this, diagonally down, or vertically down. Fantastic. And when we're finding quarter, we can use those same lines to help us. So we could have gone diagonally. We could have gone vertically down, horizontally across. Well done. And we could have done, well done. That's it. That's all we could have done. Fantastic. Okay, let's see how we do this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to draw 2 rectangles. Can you do that for me? So all I need you to do is draw 2 rectangles. Do you think you can do it? Perfect. Okay. First thing you're going to do is draw your 2 rectangles and put me on pause. Unpause me when you've drawn your 2 rectangles. Putting me on pause now. Fantastic. You've got your 2 rectangles. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to do this together. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to find half of this rectangle. Okay. What you're going to do in a minute is try and quarter what I've done. Okay, so I'm going to try and find half. So I'm going to find half. Looking. Well done. I've got 2 equal halves. I'm going to put my line down here. Fantastic. I found half. It's in 2 parts. So what you're going to do is oh, that's very. Here we go. What you're going to do is you're going to see if you can find quarter using the same line that I did. Okay, so using the same half line, can you find quarter of the rectangle? Okay, what do you have to do first? Find the half line. Well done. What do you do after that? You estimate and see if you can find the quarter. Okay, now there's different ways to do this. There's 2 different answers. So let's see what you come up with. Putting me on pause now. Fantastic. So you would have found your half line. Did you find your half line? Great. Now you could have found quarter in two different ways, okay? You could have quartered it like so. Or you could have put a line across like this. So I've quartered it this way. What can I do to check? Write in my numbers. Well done. 1. What are my numbers? 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. And then what do we colour in? We colour in 1/4. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, great job, everyone. So what I want you to do now is you're going to try and find half and quarter all on your own, okay? So you might need to draw another rectangle, okay? You're going to find half first. Remember, draw your line, write your numbers and colour it in. Then you need to find quarter. And what do you do when you do quarter? You half, and then we add in the quarter lines. We're halving again and colouring quarter. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do that. Try and find it a different way than we've already done. Okay, finding half and then finding quarter. Okay, putting me on pause now. Great, let's see what you came up with. So you should have been able to find that this way made it half. Well done. And when you colour it in, you should have found that 1 and 2, you found half. Fantastic. Now you could have done this in several different ways. Okay, what did you have to do next? Draw in the half line again. Well done. So I've drawn in my half line again. Now I need to quarter. Now you could have done 2 lines and quartered it across like this, or you could have done 1 line down and quartered it this way. Okay, so long as it's in 4 equal parts, you should have been able to find quarter. So let's write in our numbers. What numbers are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Have we found quarter of this shape? Well done. How many do I colour in for quarter? 4. Very good. We only need to colour in one of the boxes to show that we have found quarter. Very good. Fantastic. So when we look at our shape, we can find half of the rectangle by either doing a vertical line down or a horizontal line across. And when we're finding quarter, we could have done some diagonal lines, some horizontal lines all across, or even some vertical lines down. Okay, fantastic. So there's lots of different ways to half and quarter these 3 shapes. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out the difference between half and quarter. Remember, half has how many parts? 2 parts. And how many parts does a quarter have? 4. So just by looking, we should be able to identify which is half and which is quarter. So I'm going to look at these 2 different shapes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that this is a quarter because it's got 4 parts and only 1 part shaded. So this must make this one a, oh, it's going to disappear. Oh, it's going to disappear some more. Here we go. A half, because it's got 1, 2 equal parts. I found half and I found quarter. We know it's half and quarter because we can count the parts like so. 1, 2 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, a quarter has 4 parts, 1/4 parts shaded in, half has 2 parts, 1 part shaded in. Okay, let's see if you can help me with this one. What do we think this time? We've got 2 very different shapes, but half has been shaded on one and quarter has been shaded on the other. Which one do you think is quarter? The long rectangles. Why do you think it's the long rectangles? Because there's 4 different parts. Well done, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. So what does that make the, what shape is this? Well done. What does this make the pentagon? It makes it half. Very good, because it's in how many parts? 4 parts. 2 parts. Well done. So we know it's half because it's in 2 different parts. Fantastic. Okay. Let's see if you can do this one. What do we think this time? They're either going to be half or quarter. What do we think? What do we think the triangle is? You think the triangle's half? Why do you think the triangle's half? Very good, because it's got 1, 2 parts. And how many's been shaded in? 1 part's been shaded in. Okay, what do we think about the heart? I think that the heart is a quarter, because that's the other missing box. It's not a quarter. How do you know it's not a quarter? Because it's got 2 parts. So it can't be a quarter. Very good. That was a trick one. This one is actually a half too. Very good. Okay. This time, let's see if you can do this one. We've got half, quarters, or halves. What do we think? Okay. I'm going to give you 20 seconds. And then we're going to see if you're right. What I want you to do is I want you to point at them and say half, quarter, half. Okay, you ready? 20 seconds starting now. Okay, let's see what we found. This is a half. Very good. We know it's half because how many parts has it got? 2. Well done. What about this one? That one's also a half. Well done. How do you know that one's a half? Because it's got 2 equal parts. And this one is also a half. No, why is it not a half? Because it's got 4 parts. Well done. How many parts have been shaded in? 1/4. Well done. There was no tricking you guys. Okay, same again. You're going to have 20 seconds just pointing at them saying half, quarter, half, half, quarter, half, whatever you think it might be. Remember, look at seeing how many have been shaded in. You've got 20 seconds starting now. Fantastic. What did we think? This is a quarter. No, well done. It's actually a half. Because how many parts has it got? 1, 2. Fantastic. This is a quarter. Very good, because it's only got 1 part shaded in it. And this last one is a half. Fantastic, because it's got 2 parts. Well done, everyone. You were able to find half and quarter. So we can quarter things in so many different ways for the same shape, and they all represent a quarter. Looking at the square here, we've shaded in a quarter, and a quarter. Now we couldn't put all of these quarters together and it make the same shape, because they wouldn't be equal. We have to make sure when we quarter something that it's always equal. If I was to take this quarter here and pair it with this one here and this one here, we wouldn't get a square. We wouldn't have found a quarter of one shape, but we would have found different ways to quarter the same shape. So we have to make sure that when we quarter, they're all the same size. Well done. But we can quarter a shape in lots of different ways. Now here's a bit of a neat trick. Okay, so we can quarter, but by quartering we can also find half. Okay, and this is what I mean, because when we quarter 2 pieces, we can put it together to actually make a half. So let's look at what this means. I found half a shape here. Okay, the same shape as here. When I quarter, I've got 1/4 here. But if I put another quarter with it, we've got exactly the same amount as a half. These 2 quarters put together make the same as a half. We can do it on this shape down here as well. Half of the circle is here, but if I have 2 parts of my quarter shaded, 1, 2, it's the same as a half. Can you see that? This is exactly the same as this. Let's look at my square. If I was shading in half, if I shade in 2 parts of my shape here, 2 quarters is the same as a half. Well done. So could I do it up here? What do we think? You think I could? Well done. This is a half. And if I shaded in another one of these squares, we would have half. Exactly the same. 2 parts of a quarter make a half. Fancy that. If you want to challenge yourself, you can see if you can find half using 2 parts of quarter. So you've got your worksheet now. Remember to colour in half and quarter. Check if it's asking for a half or a quarter, okay? Because it might try and trick you. It might be asking for both. And remember, bit of a challenge, see if you can use your quarters to also find half. All right, good luck everyone. Bye.